Hello everybody, what is going on? My name's Snack, and here we are with episode 2 of the Quebec Nordiques franchise mode, and we are getting ready to start the regular season here in Quebec. I've assigned the scouts and everything so you guys don't have to watch that, and I've also done some pre-scouting on the prospects, the top 100, all done. So let's get on to the regular season here and see what we got. So we lose our first preseason game to Florida. I actually do want to play one preseason game just to see how we look. And it's definitely going to be against the Montreal Canadiens, the rivals that we have had in Quebec. And I really do want to see how we play against them, so let's get into that. So we're going to simulate the first bit here. If it's close to the end, we might go in, but just want to see how our team does against the Canadiens. Obviously, this is preseason. It doesn't really matter, but it's good to get your foot in the door and get a step up on your rivals before the season starts. First period and no goals, but we are dominating in shots, which is not something I really expected going into the game. Second period, and it is 1-1. Andrej Kasha beats Price, and Jeff Petrie scores a shorty on Jari. Third period of play. Let's get into this. If it's close near the end, we'll go in and watch. We'll see if there's any overtime or anything like that. Power play for the Canadiens. That's not looking good, but we do kill it. 10 minutes remaining. We have a power play now, but can't capitalize. Obviously, we got not a lot of upfront talent, but Jake Gardner beats Price, and that might do it. Can the Habs get a goal here to come back? No, they do not. And Quebec takes the first Quebec versus Montreal game since the return of Quebec City. Wonderful. So, good start there. Obviously, that's a rivalry we'll keep in touch with throughout the whole sim. And a loss to Ottawa there ends the preseason. So, getting into the regular season, I already assigned the scouts, and it's against the Oilers, our first ever game. Let's see who scores the first goal in Quebec Nordiques history. It's going to be Mikael Granlund beats Ranta, and we are leading 1-0. Apparently, Edmonton received Ranta sometime in the offseason, so that's interesting. Maybe he was a free agent or something, but they definitely needed a goalie, so good on them. Second period, Edmonton gets on top. Obviously, Connor McDavid. It looks like he scored from about center ice, though, which is less than good. And then Cahoon scored on Hill, and that means we are down 2-1 at the end of the second. Third period, let's slow sim it. See if we can get a win here. Obviously, we'll go a little bit faster later on, but Kyle Turris, power play goal. Not looking good. We do have a power play. Can we get one? It's a long one, but we can't capitalize. Quebec down, 9 minutes left. Is there any hope for the Nordiques? Not looking like it. Unless we get a couple in a row here, it looks like the Edmonton Oilers will take the first game. Leon Draisaitl with the empty netter, and that'll do it. So, not the greatest showing in our first game. At least we got the first goal. But then again, we also haven't played our first game at home, so let's go see that. The Dallas Stars versus Quebec City. Let's get into this. Hopefully we can pull out a win here. And it's 2-1 after 1, so that's good. Ernie and Lemieux, the two power forwards in the top 6 there, doing their work. Sagan for the Stars, second period. And look at that. Lindblom and Dennis Malgin beating Ben Bishop. We lead 4-1 despite being outshot 25-18. Third period now. We'll slow sim it, but I think we can pull this off unless we collapse here, which looking like it's possible. Sagan, but Gaudette gets it right back, and Lindblom scores another, and 6 goals for Quebec in their home opener. Jumbo Joe on the Stars, interesting. 6-3 for the Quebec Nordiques. 5-on-4 power play, trying to extend the lead, and we do. Mikael Granlund gets another one, and what a rout of the Dallas Stars. I'm hoping we get into an overtime or something, or at least that it's close at the end of regulation so I can show you guys the jerseys and everything, because they look real clean, but that is not good. Jake Gardner injured with a mild concussion. Doesn't look like he'll be out long, but definitely not a guy we want to lose, the top pairing D there. We'll put Osterley in for now, and we'll see how that goes. We might actually have him back. Okay, so one more game, basically. Not too bad, and there he is. Alrighty, Osterley, you get out of there, and Jake Gardner in. Okay, so another one against the Senators, and we are 2-1, which is not bad. I assume, I guess I'll show you guys the draft class here, because it's really looking like a toss-up here. There's a lot of creative guys. You got Edvinsson and Kvasha at the top. Obviously, there's the guys we know, like Genther, Lambos, Brant Clark, of course. But it looks like a pretty top-heavy class. Looks like there's a lot of medium elites near the top, so we'll definitely be on the lookout for that. As we keep going here through the month of October, we lose one against the Preds. Not a big deal. The Capitals, we beat them 7-3. Interesting. Not expecting too many wins this season, but we're doing well. And Mikael Granlund is knocking it out of the park with 11 points in 6 games. Wonderful to see that from him. Obviously, that's what we picked him up for, and he's on the second line, so he's not even getting top ice time as far as we know. Another win against the Hawks, and we are staying hot. This team doesn't have a lot of skill, but we do have a lot of chemistry, and I think that's probably going to be the thing that carries us if we somehow manage to have a good first season here. Up against the Minnesota Wild now, and we lose that one, so unfortunate, but that's okay. The Ducks now trying to end out our month on a better note. We've lost 2 in a row now, and make that 3. So we're even after a month. This is more of what I expected near the end of the month here, but we are in a playoff spot, so a good first month, I'd say. Heading into the second month here, looking to get off on a good foot, and we do. We beat the Florida Panthers 3-2. Home and home here against Calgary, New York, and we lose both, but we do pick up a point against the Rangers, so not the worst. Now the Sharks, can we get a dub here? Another home and home, and 2-0 loss against the Sharks, and not something you want to see. And this is awful. So Granlund is out, which is pretty much the worst guy we could lose in this entire lineup. I'm not sure we really have anyone to replace him. I'm going to throw Paul in there and then replace him with Malgin so we get to +3, but that one's definitely going to hurt. Lemieux has had an incredible season. I'm not sure how he's sustaining it, but he has 17 points in 16 games on that second line. Likely very much thanks to Granlund, though, so we'll see how he does without him. And, oh, that is really bad. Ethan Bear out with a concussion, which is, again, one of the worst things that could possibly happen to us. We'll throw Osterley in there again. He was all right when Gardner fell last time, but that is really going to sting. He's one of our best players overall, really. He's got 6 points in 17 games, and then Granlund, 14 points in 15 games. Real hard to lose a guy like that. We do pick up the win against the Coyotes, though, which is good, but at a cost that is probably more than the 2 points. Luckily, Granlund has returned here. I know this is going a bit slow. I can go to the bigger sim. Honestly, I just like to do this for my personal franchise modes now that I'm on the PS5. It is so fast. So yeah, we'll sim to the end of the month, and I'll see you guys there. Oh, and Tristan Jarry has broken his ankle immediately after I pressed the button. Actually, I don't know who I want to pull up because we'll have to waive Kincaid. Honestly, that might not be the worst thing. He's on a 1-year contract, yeah. So we'll bring up Kincaid, and we'll just waive him afterwards. If someone picks him up, so be it. He's kind of just an extra guy. So Kincaid is in there now. We'll start Hill, and we'll quickly throw in Werner into the AHL there, and let's get back to it. Okay, so an horrendous end of the month here. We are really missing Ethan Bear. We are currently on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 game losing streak, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of our last 13 games. So this has been a horrible month. Really looking to turn around December, hopefully make something of the season. Also, I did realize we missed the first Montreal-Quebec game, which I'm kind of upset about, but we did win it, so that is good. We will definitely take a 4-3 dub in our first game against our rivals. We were there, so let's take a look at when we play them next. We are in their division, but I guess we don't play them until the end of the season, really. So yeah, we play them right up before the trade deadline. Honestly, I'm thinking of just simming to there because our season has really not gone the way we want it to. Not looking the worst after this month, but still nothing fantastic. Neither the Canadians, actually. We're tied with them. So I think what I'm going to do is sim to that point before the trade deadline, and we'll try to get one game in this episode, and then you guys can tell me what you think we should do at the deadline. So I'll see you up there. Tristan Jarry's back. I'm sure that will be good for our team, so glad to have him back in the starting role there. And Tristan Jarry's out of the lineup once again. Wonderful. Thank you, game. Very cool. So Kincaid fits right back in there. I guess I shouldn't have played him while injured. I gotta change that setting. I forgot to when I started. Anyways, I'll see you once something happens. And there it is. So Quebec retains Ethan Bear. Fantastic. So that is a huge boost to our defense. Getting an offensive defenseman back in there, hopefully pick up the scoring. And we do. A couple wins. And Cal Foote is now down. So missing another defenseman. Obviously, we are completely healthy right now, so it's not the worst thing in the world. But Osterley is going to fit in there on the third line. Not the worst. Really having a rough season with injuries here. Dennis Malgin breaks his leg. We are just the unluckiest team in the world right now. It's one of our only really good offensive forwards, and he is gone pretty much for the season. He's April 26th, so yeah, I think he'll be done for the rest of the year. I'm kind of contemplating bringing up Josh Hosang to fill the gap there, and I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. So Hosang has been in the AHL this year. Obviously, not exactly where we thought he would be, but Hosang can definitely fit in on the wing. I think he'll be a good addition to the team. He's obviously done pretty well in the AHL, almost point per game, I think actually above, so that will be a great add for the team. Tristan Jarry finally back again. I might wait a couple days before putting him in just because obviously last time it did not go as planned. So we're going to quickly go over here to settings and we'll change that to only tell me when I actually need to know that they're back. I don't want to know that a guy's back when he could be injured again. I think that's just a smart move. So we're going to do that and then we'll get Tristan Jarry back into the lineup finally for the first time since a long time. So there you go, Tristan Jarry fully healed, fantastic, and he's back in the lineup. Kasha is now our top scorer at February 12th, 43 points in 55 games. That's looking more like what I figured our top scorer would be at the beginning of the season. And we're going to go right up here to Montreal a week before the deadline, and after we play that game, we will call an end to this episode. Calfoot returns to the lineup, but now we have to send someone down, and this is going to be tough because I'm not really sure who I want to send down. I want to keep Hosang back because Malkin's definitely done for the year, and I don't want a two-way forward or power forward in that spot. I think it might be Dickinson. I don't really want to send him down. I might be more prone to sending Nick Paul down, actually, just because I don't know if he'll get claimed, and if he gets claimed, it's not as bad as if Dickinson gets claimed as a top 6 forward. I'm really not sure we have anything in Dickinson, though. We might consider trading him at the deadline because really we're just wasting his value, sitting him on the bench all year. So Nick Paul does not get claimed, to my knowledge. He is down in the AHL, and that is fantastic because really we didn't want to lose him. He's a power forward, very valuable player. And now Calfoot is back and healthy, which we can slot him in. And hopefully we can have a good end of the season here. Get some growth on these guys that are in the lineup that really need some. And I think we'll improve for next season for sure. So up against the Montreal Canadiens, both of our teams really not having good years at all. We are both at the bottom of our division. I think we are in last, though, because of their overtime wins, which fair enough. So we'll see it right there. Yep, so 52 points against 50 points. And this is the Battle of Quebec. You love to see it. We're at home. Let's see what we got. First period, 0-0. A tight defensive game, 10-9 shots for Quebec. Second period, and Mason Appleton breaks the tie. We're out shooting them by 5 after that period, and let's keep it going. Third period. Do we have anything here? Got 15 minutes, and Paul Byron ties the game up. Not what you like to see, but a close game and kind of what we expected from two teams that are around the same skill level. Power play for Quebec, and we don't see anything there. I think we're going to go in for the last couple minutes here and see what is going on. So there you can see the jerseys. Pretty clean, I think. I resembled them off the old jerseys, but obviously I want to do a little bit more modern, so that's what I did. We have the nod to the Colorado Avalanche as the alternate, so there we go. In our home jerseys, let's get this started. And here we are in Centre Videotron, and the Quebec Nordiques versus the Montreal Canadiens, a timeless classic. And final few minutes, we are tied. So here we go, and a big shot and a save by Tristan Jarry. He'll cover that up, and we will get a whistle. On the draw here, it's going to be Deneau versus Suzuki. Drouin and Gallagher flanking Suzuki with Ernie and Kasha on either side of Deneau. And here come the Nordiques. Adam Ernie throws it back. Gets into the center a little bit, but Deneau can't get a handle on it. A little bit of a pileup. Oh, and absolutely decked there is one of our forwards. I believe that's Andrzej Kasha. The Habs circling back, trying to get into the offensive zone. Here comes Suzuki Gallagher, and they lose it at the blue line. Petrie knocked off it. Suzuki has it, though, and Drouin is entering the zone. Drouin across into the middle, and a big save by Jarry to get across there. Suzuki and Jarry, an easy cover-up. 31 seconds left, we'll get a whistle. The Adam Ernie had himself a season, top 10 in hits in the entire league. As a power forward on the first line, though, you can expect that out of him. He's a big boy, and he likes to throw his body around. Granlund's line out there for Quebec, and here we go. Don't throw it up the boards there. I'm kind of surprised, but we do let it go now, and into the offensive zone they go. It's Granlund. Loses it to Byron, and Byron has a step, but he loses it. Picked off by Manson there. Oh, and Granlund steals it into the offensive zone. Lemieux scores! Daniel Sprong! And the Quebec Nordiques, with 10 seconds left, have gone ahead 2-1. Incredible. A storybook ending to our first game in the Battle of Quebec at home. And Daniel Sprong ices it. Lemieux adds to his already pretty large point total there, and Granlund with the steal at the blue line to start that whole play. Quebec leads 2-1, 10 seconds left. Tie up on the draw, and Kotkaniemi gets it. One last chance for the Habs. Edmondson, what a shot, and Jari with a huge save to keep Quebec in front. 3 seconds left. Is there a chance on the draw for the Habs to get back in it? They have the goalie pulled. Kotkaniemi on the draw. Granlund on the other side. Who will win this face-off? And it's a push, and it looks like Quebec will take Game 1 at home of the Battle of Quebec, 2-0 on the season. Storybook ending to this one. Exactly what you like to see. You can see those crisp home jerseys as the team taps everyone's pads. Nice work, everyone. And there's our mascot there. Forget what I named him. That's okay. Salute to the fans in what was a hard-fought battle against the Habs, and now we are tied on the season. Obviously, for draft pick purposes, we want to be as low as possible, but always good to get a feel-good win in a season where not everything's looking good for the team. 2-1, final. Nordiques win. Alrighty, everyone, so that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. What a fun game that was to end her off, and we got the trade deadline looming. So I want to ask you guys, what should we do with the team? Should we sell off a few pieces that we have? Should we keep certain guys? If you have anyone you think we should move, let me know. Obviously, we're thinking the depth guy Dickinson there is the one that's going to go, but if you want to take a look at the roster here it is. So anyone here that we should move? Should we move Granlund or Deneau? While their value's high, I assume they've gotten lots of points this season, so Andres Kasha, another guy that we could consider moving, though he does have some potential. Do you think we should keep this core players, or that we should start shipping guys off for draft picks? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and like the video if you enjoyed. And as always, it's Snack. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, everyone.